Hello. I thought I would tell you a little bit about my song called We Got Lost. Nearly forgot. I just thought I'd tell you about the process of me writing and recording it. It may not be interesting, just so you know, but I am going to talk about it. I thought it would be a good idea to talk about. It's kind of interesting to me because it's the kind of fastest turnaround that I've done with a song, which is quite ridiculous because I started writing it over 5 months ago. But it's out and that's fantastic, so I hope you've listened to it because it'll probably be quite a strange video if you haven't. I'm just going to break down how I wrote it, really, I guess. Sorry if the noisy road outside is noisy. I don't have a soundproof studio yet. So yeah, it was the 2nd of January when I sat down after coming back from New Year's Eve at the seaside and New Year's Day. Came back and everything was really quiet in the area and with me, and I thought it was time to do a few little jobs. So I changed the strings on this guitar, which is not actually mine, but it's nice to play, probably because it's not mine. And yeah, when you make a change, it kind of usually feels quite nice on a guitar if you've done it well, which is just changing the strings. So it did. Maybe it's in tune. And the first thing that came out. I want to tell you all that you are, all that you mean to me is all I am, etc. I just started playing those chords and like something along the lines of those words came up. And what I've been thinking about a bit over the festive period was kind of what it means to be a musician and to share music and how we share music in a fast changing time of social media and digital changes. So a bit kind of like, where do I fit? How do I communicate with people that like my music, which is amazing, but I don't really feel like a YouTuber, as you can tell. This is one long video that I'm not going to chop up and put graphics on. And it's a bit odd. So yeah, I was thinking about how is the best way to communicate with people that I want to share my music with, because I do want to share it. And that's a funny relationship with the sharing of songs and yourself. And also thinking about musicians that I know and love and how they do that, and some are pretty good at giving regular interaction, and some I don't hear of for a while and I wonder what's going on with them, and I think they should do more stuff to get out there and show me what's happening with them. So there's this kind of big circle of pondering about what it is to be a musician today. And it can be a bit of a struggle to connect in the right way, I guess. So it's kind of a bit of looking in, a bit of looking out. But overall, I think there's an optimistic message. I think most of my songs are quite optimistic, even when they're a bit sad. I'm quite hopeful, mostly. So we've got love, we've got lots, but we got lost along the way, is the kind of chorus. And then it was the beginning of the year when I wrote this, so kind of some of the other thoughts around it were the kind of political situation and blah 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 in the UK, in London and the UK, things around that and what we're worried about and what we won't say and turn it into that. So yeah, I when I usually write half a song or a little bit that I think's keepable, I usually turn on the voice recording app on my phone, but then there's just a stack of voice recordings on my phone, and unless I really sit down one day and go through them all, then they stay there. So I've started actually beginning a song when I write it. Sometimes if I'm here, I'm just plugging straight in and recording it. So that's what I did. This is my. It's I don't think it's the latest version, but it's definitely a version of this song. Maybe it's saved under something else, because this one's saved under 2/1/2019 Who. Apparently it used to be called Who, even though I don't say those words in it. But yeah, the guitar recorded is very shoddy. Sounds just like this, really. Yeah, I use Logic Pro to record them. And this is kind of how it goes, my messy old session. So yeah, I started recording it, I demoed some vocals. And I'm not the sorry, don't know how to work a computer. I really like that little harmonic bit. Has a little ping pong delay on, but it's basically me going. Some nice little guitar bits. I don't usually play electric guitar often, so have a little bit of fun. I thought it was going to be a demo and that I'd record the vocals properly somewhere else, so the vocals were initially demo vocals, but I actually just redid them, but redid them in my wardrobe, because even though I did my best to soundproof my wardrobe, it's not a nice studio, but I feel like I get the best sound, the best performance, I guess, at home, so that's what I am. So what I did, it's all recorded here, which at this stage you can tell. So drums. I didn't know what was going to go on for this song. I quite like the idea of some electronic drums. All I could really hear, because I can usually hear a kind of drum sound, what I could really hear was this like massive big drum loop that I had, which is really inappropriate, really. So yeah, I did really like that for an end drum part, but I thought it was a bit too massive. Generally, it is in there at the end, but it's very processed and down in the final mix. So yeah, I was thinking for maybe the earlier choruses, what is the most appropriate kind of drum sound, and I didn't really know, so I listened to some music that I like, that I thought maybe had a similar flavour. I listened to some Daughter, I quite liked some few songs with some toms in there. Ride, I really like. Bands like that are a bit sparse, but are like maybe approaching a band's kind of sound, a bit kind of atmospheric. So yeah, that's when I came up with a kind of I really like that. It turned out okay, didn't it? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so it's a bit weak sounding still, but it kind of gives you an idea of some of the layers that I used. I started producing myself because I hear a lot of the sounds, and I like to have control over the sound that comes out. What you're hearing is me spending hours and hours and hours working on getting We Got Lost to sound how it sounds in my head and how I want it to sound. So no one else has had control over that apart from me, which is nice. So yeah, maybe too many layers I have sometimes in my music. Maybe I'll work on trying to be a bit more sparse. But yeah, I've really enjoyed making this song. I hope you enjoyed listening to it. I think even though even though it's a bit busy, I think some of my favourite albums when I was growing up were ones that I could put on and just listen to tens and tens of times and still hear a little something in the background that I didn't hear before. So I think I tend to do that a bit when I'm layering sounds in my songs. I kind of, there's just a little something in there that you might not hear till the 10th time you listen. Anyway, maybe I'll leave it there because I've waffled on so much about this song that you could just hear once on Spotify, and that's probably enough for you. That gives you a little bit of insight into my making of it, my writing of it in the beginning of January, spending weeks and weeks doing this stuff before I gave it to someone to mix, who was Oz Craggs, who is a great mixing engineer. I really like what he does. And then it was mastered by Red Paul in a far off land. That's it really. Thank you very much for watching. Are you still really here? Yeah. If this has been nice, then let me know. Like that thing in the comments is let me know. If it's been awful and I should never do it again, also let me know. Or maybe I should do it differently, then let me know. But try and be a little bit delicate because I'm a fragile musician. Yeah, thanks for listening. Hope to see you soon. Bye.